I don't want to be offensive. So if anybody's LGBTQ, whatever, trans, whatever, please don't take offense to what I'm saying.
Oh boy, here we go, guys. Whatever he's about to say, don't be offended, okay? As he probably says that this person is a man or something or the other. Let's find out. We're ready to not be offended, Anthony.
But I feel like the people, the XY men who now identify as women, can you put a little bit more effort into your appearance?
Anthony Brian Logan. For short, it's ABL. That's his little logo. I always think ABL is better for always blatantly lying, because this dude makes some of the most brain-dead, uninformed content I've probably ever seen in my life. His video is talking about how Justine Lindsay makes history as NFL's first openly transgender cheerleader. So you just know conservatives are going to be mad about this one. Justine Lindsay made NFL history last week after she earned her spot on the Top Cats. She is now the first transgender cheerleader, and just as I predicted, she passes immensely well. She's very fit. I would never have thought that she was trans unless it wasn't, like, published everywhere. She may not actually be the first transgender cheerleader, as there aren't clear records across the league that could verify that fact. She is, though, the first person to be open about it. Transgender cheerleader. Hip hip hooray. Now let's find out what Anthony Brian Logan has to say about this and how transphobic and how uneducated and dumb he's going to be. Sit back and relax, all right? And let's hang on to your butts.
So tell me, who didn't see this one coming?
Always blatantly lying.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Carolina Panthers hiring the NFL's first openly transgender cheerleader. Now, there's already male cheerleaders. They brought them into the mix a few years ago, probably about 2-3 years ago. They brought in the first male cheerleaders. I remember there was a guy with the New Orleans Saints, and there's some other guys in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. That wasn't far enough, I suppose. That wasn't, quote unquote, progressive enough, I suppose. Now we have the NFL's first openly trans cheerleader. Now, they use that language.
How is it not? Wait, what's progressive about? Huh? Haven't male cheerleaders been around for like a really fucking long time? Or I admit I'm not really very good with my my cheerleader history. Again, they always give you this news. The conservatives are really good at framing anything as if there's some larger authority trying to push it on us. You know, they've chosen it wasn't progressive enough, and now they've introduced this. What do you mean, dude? Who introduced? Who is they? Who's pushing this? What you have is a transgender woman who tried out to be a cheerleader and then succeeded in becoming a cheerleader. That's not really that surprising there, ABL. But okay.
Openly, I'm not sure if there was a person that was transgender before and we really didn't know it, but all I remember as a kid watching the NFL and up until my adulthood was pretty girls on the sideline, waving the pom-poms, doing the dances. When the camera come around, they're smiling and waving, all that kind of stuff. That's what I remember. I remember a very masculine and sometimes violent sport on the football field, counterbalanced with the pretty girls on the sidelines. That's what
So, masculine, why? Because there were pretty girls on the sidelines, which, to be honest, the cheerleading thing, I feel like you could make an argument that it is a little bit misogynistic. I mean, here you have a bunch of women dressed in skimpy outfits, pretty much just standing there with their little fucking pom-poms. For what, right? They're supposed to be like the hot babes on the side of the corner. I don't know. I feel like you could argue that that's like a little iffy. I mean, yeah, they're choosing to do it. I'm not going to like complain or make a big deal about it, but seriously, it's kind of weird. Either way, funny story, growing up, especially growing up as like a Christian, I never would see cheerleaders. Anytime cheerleaders were shown on the TV, my dad would just change the channel until they were off because they were like immodest or it was inappropriate or something like that. So what I remember is just a sometimes violent sport called football, and anytime they wanted to show pretty girls, the channel would change. That's more or less my memory of it. But either way, please, ABL, can you get to the point? Tell us what is wrong with this. Why is it a bad thing to have transgender people as a cheerleader? Let me know, pal.
I remember. I don't remember anybody that looked kind of suspicious or men on the sideline because you got men on the football field. It just didn't make any sense. But now, I guess we're in the year 2022, and we got to be, again, go back to that word, quote unquote, progressive. Now, of course, I have an article here, and the article...
How is it, quote, progressive? Like, it actually is progressive because we have progressed to a time in which it's acceptable for trans people to be out and proud and also be cheerleaders.
will always be in the description. We'll get to this person in just one moment, but let's read the headline. Justine Lindsay is the NFL's first openly trans cheerleader, and the subhead says, quote, I think more people need to see this. It's not because I want recognition. It's just to shed light on what's going on in the world. So I guess that's a quote from Justine Lindsay, and that's a person right there. I guess they're in a black leotard, you would call that.
Oh, look, here's her during her audition for the Carolina Panthers, pal. What happened? I thought you said they put her there because they needed more progression.
I don't want to be offensive. So if anybody's LGBTQ, whatever, trans, whatever, please don't take offense to what I'm saying.
Oh boy, here we go, guys. Whatever he's about to say, don't be offended, okay? As he probably says that this person is a man or something or the other. Let's find out. We're ready to not be offended, Anthony.
But I feel like the people, the XY men who now identify as women, can you put a little bit more effort into your appearance? I mean, come on. I'm getting Floyd Mayweather. I'm getting welterweight champion of the world. That's what I'm getting right now from this particular image. You know.
So you've never seen a black woman who's slightly muscular and has a shaved head? Isn't that like Jaden Pinkett Smith? Guys, don't be offended, okay? But XY. Wait.
I'm getting Floyd Mayweather identify as women. Can you put a little bit I'm saying? But I feel like the people, the XY men who now identify as women.
The XY men. So misgendering and then mocking the appearance of this individual and comparing this woman to Floyd Mayweather, whatever the fuck. Are you... This is the totally like, hey guys, listen, don't be offended, okay? But this person, and listen, if anybody here is easily offended, please, don't worry about it, okay? But I just feel like this person is an abomination to Jesus Christ. They are degenerate subhuman, and one day the flames of hell will lick them raw. But don't be offended, guys. I'm just sharing my opinion. Ooh. Thank you, ABL. Really making big strides here.
I mean, can you put a little bit more effort into your appearance? I mean, come on. I'm getting Floyd Mayweather. I'm getting welterweight champion of the world. That's what I'm getting right now from this particular image.
It's literally demonstrating he's never seen a muscular woman in his life. Also, we could say just as easily, can you put a little bit of effort into the appearance of your fucking studio? You have these wooden flags that instantly, I just see that in the background and I know nothing you say is going to be legitimate. I see these wooden flags in the background. I tune you out.
Oh, where's the hair? You look very masculine. Now, I understand some women look like that too. But if you are a transgender person, and I've seen all these muscles and the bald head, it's like, you look like my little homie. But I digress. This is the person, Justine Lindsay, who is an XY biological male who identifies now as female, right? This is not just somebody that's...
No, they identify as a woman. Female refers to sexual characteristics. I know, that's probably getting far too nuanced for your tiny brain.
Gay or what they say, androgynous or cross-dresser. This is a person that identifies as transgender who is now an NFL football cheerleader. Let's get through the article. In a league not known for... right away to get to it. This is on BuzzFeed News. This is hilarious. In a league not known for its progressiveness, there go that word again. I didn't even read this article before I started doing the video, but I know how they think. I know how to use their language. Anyway, just...
Wow. Guys, he's a mind reader. He saw something progressive happen and predicted that it would be called progressive. Whoa! Holy damn! Hey, ABL, do you give psychic readings? Look at my fucking palm. Does it mean that I'm gonna one day grow up to be loved by my father? Wow, dude, that's impressing. That's impressive.
Justine Lindsay just made NFL history. The 29-year-old, that's kind of old for a cheerleader for the first time being hired, but anyway, the 29-year-old is the newest member of the Top Cats, the Carolina Panthers cheerleading squad, and she's the first openly trans NFL cheerleader. In the Instagram post announcing that she was joining the Top Cats, Lindsay came out as trans to her new teammates and also to the rest of her community. So apparently, this person, that's Justine. Apparently, this person was not known as trans before. Recently, you see what I'm saying? I guess it was just like, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm not sure that's really ethical to do that. You should let people know.
What? Wait, the only way you would possibly have an argument is if you're about to sleep with somebody who is trans and maybe you are perceiving them as having a different set of genitals and you feel that, you should probably be aware of the fact that they are trans before getting in any kind of like overt sexual behavior. But how the fuck, if you already said they literally allow men in the cheerleaders, how the fuck is it unethical for somebody who's trans to try out and not say that they're trans? What? Guys, when trans people go to McDonald's, I really feel like it's very unethical when they're like, Hello, can I get your order? Yes, can I get the Big Mac, please? By the way, I am trans. Be aware, my gender identity differs from my biology. Be aware, please. Oh, and can I get a large fry with that? Thank you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How is it unethical, you loser?
But I guess maybe in certain situations you would, and in certain situations you wouldn't. I don't know. It's weird. If you go into the bathroom, I have questions. I have a lot of questions, but let's continue reading and let's see if my questions are answered. But they probably won't.
So it's unethical because it's weird, because you have a lot of questions, but I don't know, let's just move on. Wow, man. Whew. Can we just take a step back? These are the biggest brained ideas I've ever heard in my life. I'm trying really hard to take them all in. It's insane. It's unethical because it's weird. Damn. You conservatives are really good at giving solid arguments, both you and Candace Owens, you know? It's bad 'cause weird. Nice. Yes, I'm speeding up his voice. If we listen to this on normal mode, it's like the slowest, most boring, monotone video you'll ever watch.
And I'll just ask him at the end of it. Quote, "Cats out the bag. You're looking at the newest member of the Carolina Panthers. Top Cats cheerleaders at Top Cats as the first transgender female," read the caption, which was next to a photo of her smiling in a cheerleading uniform. "I was so scared," Lindsay told BuzzFeed News about posting to Instagram in their first interview since joining the team. "There's just some things you can't post." Even Lindsay's best friend, whom she calls a sister, didn't know she was trans. It was a secret she kept from everyone except her family. Again, I have some questions because, all right, what you got going on downstairs, south of the border? You still got your twig and berries? Like, are you going into the women's restroom like that? You understand?
First of all, that's not funny at all, the way in which you're, like, describing genitalia. You realize that's not funny, right? Like, the twig and berries, what's going down south of the border? Wow, okay, very funny, Mr. High Schooler. Let's take a step back. Again, there is literally nothing wrong with not telling people this. You don't owe other people info about your body, again, unless, you know, you're going to be engaged in, like, a directly sexual behavior. I think at that point, you probably should let them know, like, hey, I'm trans, before we take this any further. But, like, what the fuck? Her best friend? Oh, yes, well, now that you're my best friend, I must tell you that I am trans. Is this, like, how far does this need to go, ABL? If you have, like, a best friend, you need to make sure you inform them of, like, any kind of criminal record as well. Just so you know, I once got a parking ticket in case you want to reconsider our friendship. What the fuck are you talking about? It's also hilarious that, one, he said, can she at least try to make her appearance look better? And then simultaneously, he's reading the article in which she passed so well and so convincingly, nobody knew she was trans. Like, you realize these two positions are incompatible, right? ABL, always blatantly lying. Okay. And then he says, what if they're going into the women's bathroom? Yeah, what if they're going into the women's bathroom? Who gives a shit? There's already statistics demonstrating that trans people using the bathroom of that matches their gender identity does no harm. It doesn't increase any risk. In fact, it's more of a risk to a trans person to use the bathroom that does not align with their gender identity. So what a very dumb fuck argument thus far. But okay, maybe the video will get bigger and better moving on.
I'm saying this person appears to be very small, feminine, or whatever. That doesn't mean anything. Again,
you just said they were like Floyd Mayweather. Isn't he like a boxer or a wrestler or something? What? You can't even keep your own fucking arguments straight. Bruh. As you can see, she looks very petite. She also reminds me of this giant buff wrestler, boxer dude. You know, just spew it out, whatever the fuck you can think of that insults the trans people. Very big brain over here.
Welterweight champ, you got these guys that's 120 pounds that knock you smooth on out. 120 pounds knock you smooth on out. Because you're still, at the end of the day, you're still a man. Biologically. You identify as whatever you want to identify as. That's your prerogative. You can identify as a deciduous fur. I don't care what you identify. But at the end of the day, you are what you are. So
no, actually, you can't identify as whatever the fuck you just said because that's not a gender identity. Okay. They're still a man biologically. This is what happens when somebody has no understanding whatsoever the difference between sex and gender, how gender is not actually intrinsic to biology, how gender can be an internal perception of yourself that differs from your biological makeup. that it's a correlative thing and not a causal thing. Really, I'm sorry. I'm using big words here. I'm sorry, ABL. Let me try to break this down for you, okay? So, you know how, like, let's think about it. What's something he'll understand? Okay, think about a candy bar, okay? Yeah, think about a nice chocolate bar, okay? And the chocolate bar is wrapped in a label that says Hershey's chocolate. Now, if you took that chocolate bar without the label and you stuck it in a room, do you think that there would just naturally appear a label that said Hershey's chocolate on the candy bar? Or do we put that label on the chocolate candy bar? Furthermore, is it because of the chocolate candy bar that you have the label on it that says Hershey's chocolate? Could you put a different label on it? Is there... I'm actually getting kind of lost in my own analogy here. But yeah, something like that, okay? Put it in for conservatives, since they are working with the mind capacity of like a fucking 2-year-old, it usually works really well if you can use candy analogies. Because, you know, you're like, candy, and they're like, what, huh? I'm paying attention, what, huh?
Questions. You still got your fucking berries. You still got your male strength, hormones. Like, what's going on? Okay. And you only told family. Are you engaging in any kind of, intimate partnerships? Are you telling them what's going on? Because that can be very dangerous, aside from all of this NFL progressiveness stuff. But let's continue, please.
Wait, what? How is that dangerous? I think I may have missed that. Go back.
Okay. And you only told family. Are you engaging in any kind of, intimate partnerships? Are you telling them what's going on? Because that can be very dangerous, aside from all of this NFL progressiveness stuff. But
none of this is saying anything about sexual activity, so it's more or less just like assuming that maybe something bad happens, so you have something to complain about. I do think, though, that if you are trans, that if you're going to actually engage in, like, sexual activity to the point of having sex, it should probably be disclosed to the partner that you're trans at that point. I think that's probably something that is worth disclosing, and I would be willing to argue that it might even... I think it would probably fall into unethical territory to engage or begin to engage in really heavy-duty sexual activity, obviously more than just like kissing, and not disclose that you're trans, because at that point genital preferences actually do start to come into play there.
Let's continue, please. I just felt like when I posted it, whatever reaction I got from everyone, it does not matter, Lindsay said. And then my phone started blowing up. There's no official record of NFL cheerleaders throughout history. I mean, I guess I want to say trans NFL. This is a typo. Come on, tighten up, BuzzFeed. Get your staff together.
There's no official record of NFL cheerleaders throughout history? No, that's not a typo. You just don't know how to fucking read. There's no official record of the NFL cheerleaders throughout history, but it seems Lindsay is the first trans person to be an NFL cheerleader. Okay.
I know it's a recession, but good grief. But it seems Lindsay is the first trans person to be an NFL cheerleader, and she said she's happy to break down that door for future trans athletes. Chandel Lenouette. That's a name right there. I already know what time it is. Chandelier. Top Cat's director said Lindsay had noted on her application she was transgender, but her talent, not her history making, was what landed her on the squad. I don't know. I think that they're trying to do this. It's Pride Month right now. I think they're trying to do this for publicity.
Who's they? Who? The team? Even if they're doing it for publicity, you realize that doesn't matter, right? Again, it's bringing more recognition to a marginalized group. That's a good thing. Why do they always fall back on, like, the motivations or intentions of people? I bet they're doing it for publicity. One, you don't know that. Two, even if they are, who gives a shit? Why do you care?
To make the NFL seem more, quote unquote, back to that word again, progressive. Because there's a ton of girls that can dance, a ton of pretty girls that can dance, that want to be an NFL cheerleader. Why would you pick this particular person out of all the other girls who have applied for the position? What makes this person...
maybe she was particularly qualified. Maybe she was better at doing the flips and all the shit. Maybe she was good with the chant, You're our team, you can win. If you lose, then it's a sin. Whatever the fuck. Like, who knows, dude? You're just speculating. This isn't an argument. Hunter, should we be able to discriminate against Christians legally? No.
So much better than the other ones. A lot of times you get these jobs from connections, you know people, et cetera, et cetera. How did this person get the job? Not even a biological woman, right? I don't. But let's keep moving here.
So what? Wait. So what? What does that even mean? Honestly, dude, what's with you and Christians? Are you talking to me or the other guy? you don't know that the other women cheerleaders are biologically female either, right? Or maybe you do because you're a massive pervert. But for most of us regular people who are at least allowed within a mile or two from the nearest elementary school, we're able to pretty easily just be like, yeah, their gender presents as feminine. They're a woman. Okay, cool. Go on. That's it.
Quote, my goal is to create a team of individuals that are absolute fire on the field, but are incredible human beings in the locker room, good friends, good people. And at the end of the day, you have to walk through the door first to get that spot. While NFL cheerleading squads have recently started to allow men on the rosters, there's been a little progression for the women. Most squads will gravitate toward an quote all-American look. Read white, thin, European standards of beauty. Oh my god, are we gonna put race into this? Really? Are we gonna
wait? That is the quote unquote all-American look. That literally is like, it's okay. He's just mad because it states something that is true. Yes. White, thin, European standards of beauty. Yes. How is it so hard for you people to wrap your mind around even the most basic understanding of societal standards and categories? Like, this is the most basic shit.
put race? Like, okay, a cheerleader. Let me just pause and read the rest of this. Where the women are expected to perform like athletes but look like plump models, pinup models, not plump models. That ain't gonna really go. But check it out. That's the whole thing. Okay, cheerleaders. They're pretty girls. That's how they look. I don't want to see Miss Doubtfire on the sideline. I don't want to see, some meth monkey looking person on the sideline. I want to see the pretty girls on the sideline.
Yikes. Okay, that's great. I'm sorry your wife isn't satisfying your needs. We don't give a shit.
I'm waving the pom-poms. That's just how it is. It's like that throughout history, throughout time. Okay, if you don't like it, you just don't like the human condition. That's just the bottom. Everybody likes a young, pretty girl. It is what it is.
Wait, that is social. That's societal, dude. This is why people bring up that in the past, people used to be attracted to really overweight women because it symbolized wealth. Oh, God. Okay. This is... It's not the human condition, okay? There are plenty of people that find the trans woman who's now on the team as being very, very attractive, very pretty.
You can't be this weird feminist coming in trying to change the culture of sports, trying to change the culture of football, which is based on men enjoying it. You can't do that. And really,
yeah, guys, the sport is based on men liking it. That's why you need to have women on the sides dancing around, objectifying themselves for the males so they can look over, and while they're watching the other dudes tackling and fucking wrestling, they can also get a nice big boner while they peek over at the sidelines. What are you talking about? Women can enjoy football too, man.
You're hating on the pretty girls that want to go out there and be pretty. I know girls like, they want to go out there. They want to wear the outfits. They want to look good.
Why are they doing... Oh, God, I'm going to kill myself. Do you, honest to God, think that just having a trans person in the cheerleading thing is hating on pretty girls? First of all, people think that the trans girl is pretty. Second of all, being pretty is entirely subjective. Thirdly, none of this is hating on other more standard Western-looking women. What are you talking about? What are the arguments you're making here? You're literally an illiterate fucktard.
They want to present themselves in a certain way because they enjoy that attention. They are having fun. So stop hating. Stop being 1,000 pounds, laying on your bed, hating on a girl that's 125 pounds and is 25 years old. Stop hating. How about that?
Who is literally hating? Who? I'm about to sound like an owl. Who? Unironically, dude, this guy, he's doing like the ultimate conservative thing. Just make up the fake argument and shit on that one. Stop hating all the skinny girls. Who's doing that? They are. Them. They. They're fighting. They hate skinny girls. The 1,000-pound crack addicts laying on their bed. Who? Who's addicted to crack here? Where did it say that in the article? Well, and then it just like becomes the angry NPC face.
There's more to this article. This is Justine Lindsay again. I won't read the entire thing, but this article, of course, will be in the description. I mean, if this is the direction we're going in as far as cheerleaders are concerned, I'm just not really interested. You understand? Like, if you're going to be trans, give me some.
You're not interested. Great, dude. Did you ever think that maybe she's not interested in you either? What are you talking about? Bruh. So you're just not gonna watch football anymore? You know there's such a thing as porn, right? Like, if you're actually just tuning into the NFL because the pretty cheerleaders are flashed on screen, like, once or twice throughout the game, then you have other issues, pal. Maybe you're watching football for the wrong reasons.
Some effort. Do the whole Blair White type situation where it's like, that's interesting. That's kind of perplexing. That might be a woman, that might not be a woman. I can't tell.
Why can't you be more like the one super self-hating, transphobic, massive sub-scum piece of shit, Blair White? Boo-hoo. Dude, because women look different? That's why. Would you ever look at another woman and say, dude or lady, why couldn't you look like, this other person? Would you ever look at another woman and be like, honey, why can't you just look more like, this cheerleader? Why can't you look more like Michelle Obama? Why can't you look? You don't do that. You don't look at other women and then say, why can't you look like this woman? It's because women look different. Women are each individuals who present themselves differently. That's why.
But right here, I mean, come on, man. You're looking like LeVar Arrington, but a miniature version. Okay? I'm not, you're looking like an extra from Amistad. I'm not really convinced, right? Give us a...
You're not... Okay, so if she doesn't... Wait. There are so many contradictions in this, it's not even funny. First, he's mocking when they say, usually cheerleaders look more like the European sort of Western idea of an all-American girl. And then he says, because she doesn't look like Blair White, which Blair White makes an attempt to look more like the all-American European Western standard of beauty, she's not convincing to you. You're doing the thing! You are proving the point!
Us free, but I'm gonna stop. Again, this article will be in the box if you want to read it. I don't really have too much more to say. I think the NFL is going in a very strange direction, and I don't think it's going to stop. Because one thing about it, it's always going to be the next thing. First, it was the male cheerleaders. That was bad enough to have the male cheerleaders. Okay, but it was kind of okay because you do have male cheerleaders in other situations. Like you may have male cheerleaders in college sports that help with the tumbling and whatnot. And okay, but then it's like you put them in the same category with the women. You put them in the same kind of outfits, or you kind of feminize them, right?
This is unironically just Anthony Brian Logan crying that he can't get a boner when watching football anymore.
It's not the same way it is in college where they're more masculine. But anyway, you're feminizing the guys, making them kind of be the same as the women to where gender doesn't even really matter. Now you're bringing in transgender. It's going to be to the point now where you have these mixed rosters where the girls ain't even really pretty, where they're looking like they can tar a roof in 45 minutes with the essays. You understand? It's just, I'm just not really feeling it. I'm not feeling it. That's
Wouldn't you want a woman who's like attractive and can also tar a roof? What does tarring a roof mean? What does that even mean? I don't want no lady that knows how to fucking fix my trailer. All right, I want a lady that looks cute in those short skirts. I don't come to no damn NFL game to see a transgender person who I otherwise wouldn't have known was trans. I came here to what are you talking about, dude?
Here to see that on the sideline. And I'd rather just watch basketball. I'm a basketball fan personally. If the NFL keeps going down this direction, I like NFL football. Go Vikings. But I'm not trying to see this hodgepodge of wokeness on the sideline while the game's going on. It's very distracting.
See? It's literally been completely co-opted now. Wokeness is just progress. If you are inclusive of other people that conservatards are too stupid to actually wrap their minds around, then that is woke. Now, trans person, woke. Black person, woke. It's hilarious. For a little while, woke actually meant something. Now, woke literally means anything that you disagree with.
Can I just watch football and enjoy that without all the extra stuff going on? Is that too much to ask?
Yes, you can. You're the one caring. Like, this is just for the Panthers, dude. They're not even your favorite team. What are you worried about? Why are you whining?
So, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about trans cheerleaders being introduced into the NFL? Is it just going to stop here with this one person, just kind of a one-off, kind of a happenstance type situation? Whatever your thoughts on that are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I stand. I think the NFL is doing this not because they really appreciate Justine Lindsay or, Justine's such a phenomenal dancer. I think it's more about trying to be woke, trying to...
Wait, you were just saying that they shouldn't care too much about appreciating anyone and just get people on because they're pretty. How is that any different? How is that That's just the same thing that you were advocating for. Who cares if it was insincere? Literally, nobody gives a fuck.
Cater to the LGBT community during Pride Month, which is right now in June. I think it's about that. I think it's about corporate sponsorship and money and all that.
So
But
what?
I'm not sure that they're going to benefit from this. I think they'll lose more from this than they'll benefit. So at a certain point, you got to just
Now everybody's going to tune off the Panthers game because of the off chance that the camera goes to the cheerleaders right before the commercial and you see the one lady who you remember that article where it said she was trans. Ah! Get this wokeness out of my face.
decision. Is this going to be what are we going to down this hill, or are we going to back off and try something different? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below.
You don't even want them to try something different. You want them to go back to doing what they were doing before.
And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share.
We do not like what we hear. We're not going to rate it. What are you, still in fucking 2009, YouTube, pal? This is a whole man. Can't wait for every company to go fully bankrupt for this. Huh. Weird. I thought that it was go woke, go broke, but at the same time, people that go woke are grifting. Is there money? Is there not? I don't know. Maybe people aren't all in it for the money like you chuckle fucks. Trans cheerleaders are based as fuck, and you and your chat full of inbred dipshits are coping. Sorry you losers can't get a boner when watching football. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified when I drop a new video.